Ronan, thank you so much. And I am super excited to be here with my alter ego fan, of course, Nick Lachey, and the beautiful Grimes here in the building. Guys, everybody is super excited for the premiere of Alter Ego. I personally cannot wait. I've been seeing all the promos and everything that we did. I can't believe we really created that TV magic. It's so cool. It's so much fun to watch. And with that, we have so many fan questions right now. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. For both of you guys, Grimes, you can go first. Which avatar most surprised you about the real human behind them? And that is from Emily.
I mean, I think every time they presented as like super popular, like, you know, it was someone who clearly was like, maybe thought it would be cooler if they were more conventional. I think those were the ones that surprised me the most. Because those were often the ones that I like was the least vibing with. And then when they would come out and actually be like a more interesting person, I was like, I don't know. Those are some of my favorite parts. Yeah.
Nick?
Well, you know what I'm going to say.
Wolfie?
But I can't. Well, Wolfie, honestly, you know, now that I say that.
Wolfie didn't surprise me.
I was blown away.
Exactly what I
Sorry, I quit. Yeah.
I was blown away by every single one. Like you'd always ask us on the show, like, is this what you expected? And I never really allowed myself to expect anything. But then when I think back on it, I'm like, wow, that's not what I saw coming. That's not what I saw coming. That's not what I saw coming. So I think that's the beauty of having an alter ego is you're able to perform and do what you love to do, sing, perform, be creative with this facade of an alter ego. And truly, honestly, it's like I was kind of surprised and blown away every single time someone was revealed.
I think that was the funnest part, honestly, was you guys looking at me like, what is this? And I knew everything, and you guys didn't know anything. It was kind of fun to have that.
Yeah, we try and get Rocsi like give us some insight. Like, come on, what do we got to see? And she's like, nope, just wait for it. And
the reactions for the reveals were definitely priceless. Okay, Amanda said, "Where is your favorite place on set?"
Grimes, you go first.
Favorite place on set?
I would say the bathroom, because you guys kept getting up to go to the bathroom every freaking minute.
It's hard. I have a small bladder. I would go in with my team and like, you know, like we'd all be like, I'd be like, is that really as good? And they were like, I don't know if it was as good on the TV. And like, actually this person. And like, so I'd come in and like talk with like my glam team and stuff, like in between, or when we were like off camera and like the audience would be like trolling us, especially when the audience knew we were going to make a vote that was different from their vote, and they were like heckling us, and like you're just like sitting there getting like heckled by people, and you're like, oh god, like, and then I'd be like, do I need to change my opinion? And then like the peer pressure with but it was like funny, like I don't know.
Yeah, I think my favorite place on set is probably on set, like, because that's what you're there to do, all the hair, makeup, all the BS that goes into making a TV show. Like I'm excited about the actual moment where people are performing and doing what they do. And so for me, sitting at that judges table and allowing Grimes to make me feel older than I ever felt.
I did not age shame you.
You didn't shame me. It happened organically and naturally. I just felt old.
Okay, Nick and Grimes. Nick, you can go first. Describe alter ego in 3 words.
Wow. 3 words.
I got Will's 2 words.
Mind-blowing performances.
Got it.
I would say optimist, inclusive futurism. Because I feel like futurism in science fiction is usually really dark and pessimistic, like the Blade Runner kind of energy, which I love. Blade Runner is like my favorite movie, but I feel like what we need in society right now is like science fiction that like is like, yeah, like the future can be great. Technology. I feel like a lot of people feel very betrayed by like Facebook and like certain things with social media and stuff right now. And I feel like it's so important to me right now to be investing in like yeah, technological and futuristic stuff that are like humane and about like mental health and like just making things seem positive. And so I would say like an optimistic humanist futurism or something.
I think will.i.am's 3 words would be what the what. Definitely. What the what? Okay, Grimes first. Anthony asks, what drew you to doing the show?
I mean, I just really, really, really want alter egos or like avatars to be a more accepted mainstream idea. Like, you know, I have a lot of like really extreme performance anxiety, but I'm also kind of addicted to being a pop star. Like it's like this love-hate thing, but I would love if I could like, you know, but also like you get like so much hate on the internet or whatever, and it's directed at you, like your spirit. And like I would love to like estrange myself, like remove my like personal soul from the performance aspect of this, because like anyway, yeah, long story short, I just think like as soon as I brought it up, we were like, yes, like as I was saying, like I like didn't even like read the email. I was just like, yeah, I just like one of the main things I'm interested in right now is changing the face of performance. And like I feel like video games is in this like amazing place where like people aren't being bound by their physicality. Like so many of my best friends, some of the people that I care about the most, I've like gamed with them and not met them in real life. And I feel like this show is sort of like taking that aspect of the culture and making it more accessible to like maybe people who are less deep into like the computer world or whatever, you know, and making it less about just pure gaming and more about performance. And you know, there's like Hatsune Miku, and there's like a small tiny, there's a few sort of like alter egos that are out there, but like it would be really cool and awesome, I think, if there could be more. And because I think it sort of diversifies who can be a performer. You know, it's like as much as we like to think things are becoming more inclusive, like it still is very like, you know, are you like an under 25 like 9 out of 10 kind of energy, like a little bit, like if you want to like start a career, not always, but it's like it's you know, just kind of limiting on who can be an artist right now. And it's like I think already like things are getting a lot more democratic and a lot more diverse, but I feel like this is just sort of accelerating like how much diversity can exist.
Nick,
I forgot the question. Yeah, just ask Nick.
I knew you were going to say I forgot the question.
I don't know if I answered the question, but
I forgot the question now. What's the question?
Well, Nick, it's a different question for you. Justin wants to know what makes Alter Ego a different singing competition show, and other than the fact that there are avatars performing.
Well, I think what makes it different, and I've been lucky, you know, to be a part of quite a few music performance, you know, type of shows over the years. But what makes this one different is the combination of incredible technology with incredible talent. And I don't want to take anything away from the talent behind these alter egos on the show, because these are incredible singers. But you combine that incredible talent with this mind-blowing, like cutting-edge technology, and you put those two things together, and that's when you have something truly, truly. It's like the Reese's cup, right? You got chocolate, you got peanut butter, you put them together, bam.
Yeah.
This is the Reese's cup of music competition shows, because
that is unequivocally the best candy. I will agree with you there.
It ranks #1 every year because it
does.
It's magic for a reason. It's magic for a reason. Reese's cups are incredible. Alter Ego equally incredible for the same reason.
Just sidebar. Grimes, you're gonna have to give me one of those mugs because I'm like infatuated with these cups.
This mug is ridiculous. I didn't even realize I had this mug, but now that we're here, got the boobs.
I get no love on my hydro flask over here.
No, I want a boob bug. Okay, here we go. What's next? Grimes, are you developing an alter ego of your own? And if you are, what are they like? And that's from Alex.
Well, I don't want to leak too much, but I am actually working on a digital girl group, because also I just can't settle on one persona. So I'm kind of like splitting my multiple personalities into a bunch of them. And yeah, which is also interesting to me because I tried to have a girl group, but like everyone had too much like of their own idea. And I don't want to like be like no, like, you have to do what I say. And so, okay, this sounds like makes me seem like a control freak, but you know, like just like yeah, I'm working on a digital girl group, but also I don't know if we're allowed to say, but they're making us alter egos too.
Well, you said it.
Wait, are you not doing that? Are we not allowed to say that?
We all have alter egos.
You guys don't have alter egos. See, that's I don't get one. Next week.
They should give you one.
No, they give me an alter ego. It's okay because I'm too much of an ego as it is. If you guys weren't performers, what would you be doing? That's from Sam. Nick, you could start.
Wow. Well, when I left college to be a performer and to start 98 Degrees, I was in sports medicine. So I guess if I go all the way back to 1995 when I went to college and follow that path, I'd probably be like taping sweaty ankles and filling ice bags, and I'd be an athletic trainer. So thank God singing worked out. That'd be awesome.
Grimes, what would you be doing?
Well, I think I am actually slowly starting to reorient my career towards like, I think innovation that can happen in art in the crypto space. Like not that I'm retiring from music, but like, you know, I've really started getting into technology a lot more this year. Like, I kind of started in technology, like my degree was in neuroscience and stuff. And so, yeah, I'm just really getting into, right now I'm trying to, okay, I can't leak it, but I'm working on a project that I think will be really innovative. And like, I'm really interested in sort of radical decentralized UBI. Like how can people make more, how can we kind of implement UBI without having to rely on governments and things like that? And I think there's a lot of opportunity for that in crypto. So I'm kind of like, I'm trying to work on some projects in that. I just want to get more into like technology development and back into like science and stuff, because that's kind of where I started. And you know, music started feeling too much like work for me. So I'm trying to re-hobby music and like kind of have some more work things that are a bit more kind of like intellectually challenging for me.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I've never felt dumber in my life than being on this panel with will.i.am, Alanis, and Grimes.
Okay, I felt dumb.
I'm not taping sweaty ankles. I don't even know what she's talking about.
You and me, but I feel like I haven't invested or done enough in my life when we're around Grimes and will.i.am. I'm like, so I'm just going to give you guys a whole bunch of my money and just invest it for me, please and thank you. Okay, Chase wants to know, do you have any advice for anyone trying to break into the music industry? Nick, you can go first.
You know, I've been asked this question, a lot over the course of my career, and the answer I think is always the same. It's just be prepared to work harder than you've ever worked for anything in your life. You know, that's true for any walk of life. It's true for any career you want to pursue, but there's a lot of talented people out there, and there's a lot of people who want the same thing you want. And there's only a finite amount of maybe, slots available, if you will. So in my opinion, you got to work harder. You got to be, a harder worker than the guy next to you. But you do it because you love it, right? I mean, if you do what you love, it doesn't feel like work. So love what you do and do what you love and work harder at it than you ever worked in.
I think act quickly. I'm noticing like a lot of people breaking through right now on like TikTok and stuff. And like when I broke into music, it was like the Napster era. It was like the major labels had lost a lot of power. And there was like this like moment where like you could make it without the gatekeepers and without being signed and without being sort of anointed by the music industry. And then like really like I got in and then it like the door shut, and then it the last like sort of however 8 years have been really controlled by the music industry again. And I think just due to TikTok and the nature of social media right now, I think it's another one of those windows. Like I'm seeing a lot of artists coming in, gaining a lot of power, staying unsigned, like Pink Pantheress, Corpse Husband, and like it is a very precious moment, and the powers that be don't like being out of control, and they will find a way to close the system again. Right. So like that, this sounds crazy, but now if you have just put it out. This is a moment that reminds me of the moment when I broke through. No one would have ever signed me if I was like, you know, like I couldn't sing. Like I was like a meme thing, you know, like the internet propelled my career, and I'm seeing my heart was broken because I feel like I haven't seen that in so long, and I feel like it's happening a lot right now. So I would just say act quickly before they find ways to close the loopholes and like take power away from artists again, because the labels and the industry does not like artists having power. They like being in control.
No, I completely agree with you. I is like, you know, coming from like the traditional way of seeing how artists and musicians were broken from the radio side of things, and like you would do the press and the radio tours and the A&Rs, and like Nick, you know, like they don't have all those working hands anymore in the music industry. And then you had like Sean Kingston, who broke in through the whole YouTube era and the phase, and he took full advantage of that. And now, like you said, Grimes, we have TikTok. And honestly, if you got to dance a gimmick or like a cool hook to your song that can make like a cool like TikTok, it'll blow up. And now like SiriusXM has TikTok radio, and it's like all those that are just geared to TikTok. So I agree with you, Grimes. Like social media is totally the way to break in. And you have your own fan base that you get through TikTok. You don't even need like the traditional radio anymore. It's like
you know what's cool is like if I look back, and I'm dating myself, obviously, like back in 1995 when I
did music.
Like back in those days, you had to get in your car and you had to drive to New York or LA, or you had to go to a place where you could be quote unquote discovered. And now, because you have the internet and you have all these great outlets and these you know, TikToks and YouTubes and all the things, there's so many other ways to be discovered. You can be a star in, you know, middle of nowhere, Kansas, and you know, with the right following, you break out. I mean, so there are so many more opportunities now for talented artists and singers to promote themselves, to give themselves a platform, and take it, you know, to Grimes' point, take advantage of each and every one of them, and you know, and put yourself out there. That's something we didn't have back in my day. But you have it, so use it. You know, I don't understand it, but I say use it, you know?
Right, totally. Okay, last question Jordan asked me. Wait, no, I'm sorry, not Jordan. Miguel, what was your favorite part of hosting Alter Ego? Miguel, my favorite part of hosting Alter Egos was watching the confusion and the faces of our judges when stuff would happen, but I knew what was coming. So I always felt like I had the upper hand on all of them. But it was more like I was like the circus ringmaster, and I was trying to keep everybody, or it was like ground control for the airport, and I was just waving the planes in and making sure that Alanis, Grimes, Nick, and will.i.am stayed on track, and that was very hard to do.
Yeah, that was a Herculean effort. Alanis here. That was a bigger word than I would normally. Keeping us. And sometimes you're right. I could feel your pain, especially when will.i.am was going off on some topic that they definitely will never allow on air.
I think I'm wondering if they're going to keep it on the show, and they probably won't. But there was one moment that you guys kept talking, and I just sat down and started rolling around on the floor. I'm not going to stop. I'm just wait till they finish and just lay down here.
I often said on the show that Grimes has the worst poker face on the history of.
Sorry.
You thought exactly in that moment. And Rocsi, you actually had like one of the best poker faces, because you knew all the secrets behind. You knew everything going on behind the scenes, and you never let on. And
there was one secret that was one of the hardest secrets to keep on the whole show, but it was priceless to see you guys' reaction. I'll just let everybody watch for that one. But
I think I know the exact moment.
All right, guys, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for helping us out and being here today. Grimes, Nick Lachey, everybody, be sure you tune into Alter Ego on Fox, coming on September 22nd and 23rd, right after The Masked Singer. Big 2-night premiere, which is going to be absolutely freaking fantabulous, okay? And also, it's coming on next Wednesday. I said that. Okay, Ronan, thank you so much for letting us take over for a little bit and let me playing host. I'm going to send it right back to you.
Thank you, Roxy.
Thanks, guys.
It's so good to see you again.